Evening, everyone, and welcome to another edition of the Art Spotlight Show. It looks like we've been doing these like every day this week. Well, we got some more coming just around the corner, and again, we have a special guest in the house with us here, all the way from Australia, and his name is Zither Jackson, and he's kind of like new. He's a new recording artist, and he began releasing some of his music back in November of 2025. We're finding out about those music songs he's released. What's he up to now? Why did he decide to get back into music? We'll find out this and much more. Again, our show is being brought to you this evening by, well, it's evening where I'm at, but we're Zithers. It's in the morning. And so our show is being brought to you by Music Dreams USA Radio Worldwide, Table of Mike Productions, and also Biker Bay Barber and Company. And again, if you're an upcoming aspiring artist looking to get your name out there, you found us. The Artist Spotlight Show has exploded this year, and we are getting all kinds of requests now. So keep them coming. We got like everyone reaching out to us now, and we're so excited because the show's all about exposing upcoming and aspiring artists. And so, without any further ado delay, let's go ahead and meet another amazing independent artist. I just mentioned his name, Zither Jackson. Sir, how are you? And welcome to the show.
Good morning, Russell, and I'm doing well. I'm so happy to be on the program this morning.
Well, hey, it's so great to have you on the show, and let's kick off our show. And if you can, I know that we were talking a little bit off air, and you got back into music back in 2025, and in November you released a single, and then two singles thereafter. So let's talk about how did your musical journey begin, and who was one of your biggest influencers?
Well, I took a break for a long time in the music industry, and then I remarried, and my wife today, Kiralee, the way I felt, and I started writing first with a song called "The Face of the Snowy" for Kiralee's father, who is the actual face of the Snowy here in Australia. And from that point, it stung me, and I thought I've got to write what I feel for my wife, and so I wrote these songs. The album is dedicated to my wife. The album's called Value Your Mind, and it's all about when you find true love and all the rest of it, and just bringing that message out to the world that true love is out there. Your eternal flames are out there. You just got to take some time and sit back and take it easy and find your match. And I found mine, so I wrote the album about it.
Wow. So you got a bunch of brownie points there, didn't you?
I sure did. Yeah, no, it's really, really great. I mean, right now, and it's to express how you feel, whether it be other relationships or just how you about life in general. What makes you tick, I think, and the more that I wrote first album, it just inspired me to keep writing and writing, and I think everyone should do that to get the inner self out through
What does
music.
your songwriting look like?
Pardon?
What does your songwriting look like?
Songwriting. It's a mixture of it's ballads, but in a country feel. It's sort of not dead. It's not traditional country, but it's got the country feel. We use like banjos and things and violins and whatnot in there to give that bit of a country sense. But it's about storytelling. That's the whole thing. The storytelling. It's about making sure when you write that your lyrics tell the story from start to finish. You cross quickly into the song and bring an ending to it. Then getting the music that you write to actually tell the story without listening to the lyric as well. So it's a mixture of ballad and rock. So to sort of, because no one wants to sit and listen to 8 songs that are all ballad. So we've picked up some rock in there as well. There's about two tracks that are sort of rocky. And I think that's what it's like. I mean, I don't, it's how I feel at the time. And that's what I'll write. It's sort of, I can't say, well, that's particularly going to be a ballad. It's just I'll sit down with pen and paper one afternoon and put down some lyrics. And it might, my wife and I, it's crazy. We'll be driving through the snowy mountains here in Australia, and I'll be driving along and I'll say, oh, quick, write these lyrics, write these words down. And it could have been seeing the horses that are running free in the snowy mountains or something. Then I just create the song around that. So yeah, that's how I like to do it.
Who have been some of your influencers in your musical career?
I do like the Eagles. And a lot of people said that the song has that sort of Eagle feel. And I like the way they structure their songs. Yeah, they've got their ballads, they've got their rocky numbers. They're not over the top in rock, but they tell stories. And that's it's the Eagles. I also like Keith Urban. One of my songs is sort of inspired by Keith Urban as well. And that and then I like Patsy Cline. I like Smokey Dawson, Slim Dusty, and things like that. So they're the main inspirers in my writing that I use. Yeah.
So if I'm a fan and I heard about you for the first time, my question to you would be, who is Zither Jackson?
Zilla Jackson. Okay. He's a guy that's just an everyday average guy. You know, just I started music when I was 15 years old, and I come from a background of professional opera singers. So I decided to. I loved Queen and all that. So I thought these guys inspired me by like the power that they could have, and I'd seen through the years working with my auntie and uncle the power that they had as opera singers. So I studied for 6 years in the Institute of Music in opera, and not that that was going to be my following. I just wanted to learn the technique, the technique of voice, how to get that power, the breathing dynamics, and all the rest of it. So I did that, and then I just broke away. I did work in musical theatre for a while in opera, and I was there. But then I sort of I loved Born, all those sort of guys, and so when I started my bands, I structured them around that because I had the technique. I knew I wasn't going to burn my voice out. I have a 3.5 octave vocal, which I can sing Queen and all things like that. So it opened to different styles of music and testing the grounds. But I'm just a normal bloke. Sorry.
Oh no, continue, please. This is your time. Go for it.
But yeah, look, I'm just I'm just an every average day bloke. I mean, I run a business here in Australia in disabilities, and I love helping children that are with disabilities. And I have a couple of clients that I work with that have Down syndrome and 95% nonverbal. But one young lady, she just wanted to sing. We worked on songs together, and then down here in Cooma in New South Wales, they have a busking championship every year. So she said she wanted to go up and play and sing. So we worked on the songs, got that together, and we got up and did a duet together. And she's got pretty well perfect pitch, which was great. But it just blew me away. And to work with people with disabilities, I don't want them to have a disability, really. I want them to see that they are just like us.
That's awesome. Yeah, I love hearing you say that because you're right. I mean, and that's really one of the things about the Artist Spotlight show is we're looking to uncover upcoming aspiring artists just like the ones you've mentioned. And, this is the show that allows them, to get that exposure and show their talents, let other people know who they are and what they can do. So I tip my hat to you. I tip my hat to you for what you do. And that's awesome. So thank you for doing that. My next question is this. Again, I open up the show saying that in November 2025, you open up a song, Celestial Love was the name of that song. And after that, you released a few other ones too. But my question is not really about the song right now. We'll get back into that a little bit later in the show. But also you mentioned in the show that you began music at 15 years old. You took a little bit of a break. Then you decided to come back. So my question is, what made after taking such a long break in the music industry, aspect part of it, what made you want to come back?
Well, when I met my wife, Curly, I didn't tell her what I was. I did. And I just was I was Zither Jackson. That was it. And one of my mates was working. He was playing in a little town called Nimmitabel in New South Wales, and he was at the blues festival. And both of us worked in it together as he was a guitarist on the singer. And he called me up. He said, "Jack, come and sing a song." My wife was sitting with me, and I'm like, "Oh, no. I haven't sung for a long time. I don't want to do it, no." But anyway, he called me up, and I thought, I'll get up now. So I got up and I sung Gary Moore, Walking. And when I come back, my wife says to me, like, "Why are you working in disabilities? You need to sing. You need to get out there. I thought you were just a backyard band and like singer." And I'm like, "Oh, no." And so then I told her that. And that week after on the Monday morning, on the Monday afternoon, she came home and she says, "Guess what?" I said, What's happening?" She said, "I booked you 6 gigs." I'm like, "Oh, you haven't?" She goes, "Yes, I booked you 6 gigs." So I could see in her eyes and her face that she was so proud of her husband. Like she just wanted him to shine. So she backs me 100%. And so that got me back into the music. I bought a new sound system and everything, and got myself together. And it was amazing over the years how it all changed. And I didn't have a band, so I just went solo. And I from that point, it's with her. She is the drive behind where I am today. And she enjoys it. She loves coming to the gig. She's so proud. She does all my PR work. She books the venues. She keeps me in line. She just loves it. And she's to have her on this journey, and to have a woman with you that is able to stand beside a man that is in the music industry. And as the Body Rocker said years ago, the hardest gig in the world is to be a musician's girl. And it's like, it is tough, but she's standing the test of time, and having that rock with me is absolutely perfect.
That's amazing. Thank you for sharing that. And I can agree with you more. I mean, you've got the love of your life is with you, and she's with you side by side, and encouraging you back into the music industry. And you did it, and she booked you 6 gigs right off the spot. I mean, that's awesome. I mean, it's amazing. And here you are now. You're back in the music scene, and
Yep.
so let's talk about the songs we just discussed, right?
Yeah.
Let's talk with the first one, Celestial Love. How did that song come about, and is that based off of the relationship you have with your wife, or is that just something different?
Yeah, well, it is. It's based on the love that we have for each other. And on the first time I ever laid eyes on Curly, I was playing in in Canberra, in New South Wales, in the ACT in Australia. And there was this. We finished the gig, and there was a young girl that come out and said, "Oh, are you guys, we're packed up. Are you guys heading out towards Sydney?" And I just said, "Oh, well, we're going to Sydney." And she said, "Can we get a lift?" And I thought, "Oh, okay." So this other girl, she said, "Oh, my cousin's with me." And then I looked across, and there's my wife at that, which I didn't know was going to be my wife, that like 30 years prior. And I'm like, "Yeah, okay, jump in." So we jumped in, and they jumped in, and we took them up, dropped them off at Canberra, New South Wales, ACT. And from that point, once my eyes met hers, it was just like, wow. At that point, both of, I was married. Curly was, I think she was single at that time. And that was it. And then it turned out that one afternoon I was in Canberra, and I saw on the catwalk this girl walking down. I looked and I thought, "Gee, that girl's face is familiar." And I couldn't pick where I'd seen her, and I never seen her. And then years later, probably 10, 15 years, maybe 20 years later, I'd moved to Bateman's Bay in New South Wales. And the woman down the road was having a party, and she said, "Steve, like, I'm having a party and I've got some friends coming. Would you come?" "Oh, yeah," because my kids played with her kids as well, so I went to school with them. And then this other girl turned up, and I looked and I thought, "Oh, gee, this girl is familiar. Where do I know her from?" But then she was married, I was married, and we just talked, and we got on well. We're talking and that. And then she was into the gym, and she was teaching gym, and she'd drop her kids off, and we just sort of, "Oh, hi, how you going? Yeah, goodbye," and that was it. Done. And then getting close to about 30 years, I'd say, I divorced, and I went to a first aid course, and there was this girl. And I'm thinking, God, this girl's familiar. Where do I know her? And then I remembered, oh, yes, your son and your daughter played with. Yeah, and we got talking and found out that she'd been divorced as well. And so we're both single. And inside of me is just this burn that I've got to get to know her more. So we sparked up or talked on Facebook for about 6 weeks, and finally we decided to catch up. And it was a full moon. I said, look, let's go to the beach because we live on the water. And she said, yeah, okay. And I said, it's a full moon, so we'll go down. And we there, and it was just, we had so much in common. And I mean, both of us love the universe and everything else. So celestial love come about, how our love began with a stolen glance, filled our hearts with love and romance. I knew you were the one, when our eyes met each other, blah, blah, and that. And so that's how the song Celestial Love came about. And it just describes, again, our journey and our emotions for everything in eternal flame and all the rest of it, which is what we are. We're eternal flames. It's just a love song.
Awesome. What about Valleys of My Love?
Valleys of Your Mind. That song, I remember we were walking along a beach one night and we're sitting and we're just laying down looking at the universe, and it's about talking in the song, like as we walk through the valleys of your mind, talking and learning about the mind itself, what's inside her mind and what's inside my mind, and what dreams and things we have, our hopes and our dreams and our futures and all the rest of it. And it's sort of a bit sexy, laying on the beach holding hands and whatnot, and just sort of teach, like, I feel more, I'd lost the love feeling. I'd never felt loved in my childhood or even marriage prior, because it's unfortunately I run a bad record. I'm 3 times married. But I love this one. It's just beautiful. But so she taught me over that time in the discussions that we had on the beach. We spent a lot of times on the beach in the night times, and just she taught me again how to feel what love is and what it's like to be loved. So Valleys of Your Mind is her opening up to me about her dreams and everything else, and how she feels and what love meant to her, and me the same. What I feel, I just, it was amazing. What this girl has done for me as a human being.
That's awesome. Thank you for sharing that. I mean, we just had an interview about relationships. If there's issues with relationships, now we got the answers how to get by them. I love it. I love it. That's what I love about our show. We interview so many different artists, and each show obviously is different, right? But I mean, that's amazing that, thank you for sharing that. And so what is next for Zither Jackson? What's next for you?
Well, we're in the middle of the second album now. We're just getting the songs sorted out. I'm going to do a few 4 covers on this album. I took a chance doing 8 original songs, and no one knew me at that point. But we went to Tamworth to the Music Countries Festival, and that just took off from that time. And to let you in on a bit of a secret, I changed my name to Zither Jackson, because when I wanted to look up on YouTube, there's a million Steve Jacksons, and we could never really find the songs. So, and I wanted to get rid of the old Steve Jackson, so I called myself Zither Jackson, which is it's virtually a musical instrument, and it's just gone from in leaps and bounds from there. So the next album will do 4 covers. There'll be a Seekers song. There'll be Keith Urban songs, 2 of his. There'll be a Slim Dusty song, and then the rest will probably be a 10 tracks, and then the new tunes as well. So that's the thing. We're back to 10 this year, and hopefully when my sound engineer comes back from Queensland in Australia, we get back into the studio and laying the tracks down ready for the next album.
What makes you love music so much?
It's being able to express yourself. I mean, I don't like being put in the corner and just being told what you can and can't do. I like to be able to express what I feel, and I think for me, it's in today's world, it can become so depressing, and you've got to have an outlet. And I think for me, music is everything. It's me alive. It's kept me alive for so long. From 15 now, I'm pushing the numbers high, at the now, but I'm still here, and I love. I'm learning something new. I brought a couple of guitars now. I'm getting into that and enjoying sitting here playing and just achieving in life other than just I've given so much to other people, especially with disabilities. I'm a counselor for drug and alcohol and mental health. So, I've given so much of me that now it's my time for me to do something for myself. And music is the best healer out there.
Do you have any success stories you want to share with us? As you mentioned, you actually work with a lot of disabled people and everything. So, are there any success stories you'd like to share on the air?
Well, I think one of the main successes that I've had, and I'm really, really proud of it, was when I had the two girls come to busking championships and take out their place for disabilities. And to see those two girls shine, just amazing. Um, and plus, mate, where I am today with music. I mean, we set the album out in January 25, and we're only 7 months into this year, and the response that I've had with the album, it's just incredible. I can't believe it. Here we are today, sitting talking to you on the other side of the world, and I never thought that I'd get to this level. So I just hope it keeps climbing. I'm enjoying the ride. It'll be so much fun.
What's the best advice you've ever gotten in the music industry?
My teacher way back said to me, I've always been eager to get out there. It's got to happen today, not tomorrow or the week. It's got to be today. And I remember my teachers, both in piano and singing, said to me one afternoon, they said, Steve, slow down and think about how you plan yourself. Rushing into things, it won't happen today, it won't happen tomorrow, but it will happen. And if you try to rush too quickly, you'll miss things, you'll miss opportunities. And so I think, and it's true what he said. I mean, when I slowed down, finally, I listened to that and I slowed down and doors opened, because prior to that, I was missing doors that were opening because I was too preoccupied with doing it like today. It had to be band today and gigs tomorrow. It was just, now I just go with the flow and everything's just opening up. So that's about the best advice I had, was take it easy, breathe, and if, concentrate, and if you're good, things will work out for you.
With being an independent artist, obviously it's not a bed of roses, right? I mean, there's going to be bumps in the road.
Yeah.
How do you deal with the bumps in the road as you continue now to revive your musical career?
Again, occupy myself with the music. I mean, like even this morning, I was running through the chords on The Horse with No Name, because I thought, I brought a Gretsch guitar, a beautiful guitar. I get a bit thrifty with the money sometimes, and then I decided, I saw another guitar that was a great one. I bought a Jackson's guitar, which is my last name. I thought, hey, that's cool. All I got to do is get Zetha written in front of that, and I got Zetha Jackson on my guitar. But then I went out and bought a Takamine guitar, acoustic electric as well, and I'm now it's just learning the slides and everything else and whatnot. So that's actually what I do.
Mm-hmm. So, describe yourself as an artist in 4 words.
4 words.
All right, I'll be generous. I'll give you 5. 5's my favorite number. I'll give you 5.
Okay. I think hardworking, sometimes impatient, very emotional, and I just dream massively. And even though I tell my wife I don't, I like to try and keep a level head. She dreams more for me all the time and tells me where she's going to go, where she's going to get me. I'm like, no, I'll just take a breather and I'll be right. But I think, hardworking, a lover of music. I don't know. I just got me on the spot with that one.
I've got to tell you, when you come on the Artist Spotlight show, expect the unexpected.
That's good.
Well, let's switch gears a little bit here. Let's get back into the music industry. You know,
Mm-hmm.
you've been gone for a while, now you're back. So, the time when you left and coming back now, obviously the music industry has changed a lot. What do you
Yes.
like about it, and what don't you like about it, and why?
Okay. What I don't like about it is it's very hard these days now to get venues that book you, because I mean everything's changed, as you say. It's not the same. I mean, it's a lot of government grants for agencies and things and that to book bands. Whereas years ago, you'd turn up at a pub and you'd say, "Hey, g'day, I'm Zither Jackson. I'm a musician. Any chance of getting a gig?" They would take you virtually straight away. The crowds were there. That you could pubs would, even if they didn't know you, the places were packed as soon as they knew there was entertainment going on. I mean, these days now, sometimes you can play to 3 or 4 people. Sometimes you might play to a couple of hundred people. But that's the thing that I don't like. I don't like. I'm not an AI person at all. And when you see some people come up with AI, they've got some ideas, plug it in, it spits out a song. I've never gone into it, so I don't understand it. And then there's a song created, and it's not that either singing it or whatever. I mean, you can't say it's your song because you didn't sit to write it. And I think music is about the artist, and right, like Slim Dusty writing all songs about his treks around Australia, telling the story, and you can only do that from the heart. So I think not being able to, the lack of getting musicians to be able to work with you. A lot of people I've found chase the big dollars, which means they're not for people. They're playing just for the big money. And the big money's great, yes, to have it. But sometimes, I mean, I'll play 2 people because if they're enjoying it, to me, that means the world, and I can get my story out there. So there's a mix of things that I don't like. I mean, what I do like is that music is still here. There's a lot of great artists coming through, some great singers, some great players. And I think that if they that's our future of keeping music. The younger generation, I'd love to see more bands like the old days, but we're all getting old and dying, and there doesn't seem to be much coming through. But yeah, it's a mixed emotion with that. I mean, because I'm both ways with it.
Mhm.
The good side is that it's music still here. It's struggling like hell, and all over the world, it's struggling like hell. But with the people like you guys, Blue Shamrock, and all the rest of it, Star Central, all the other platforms that are helping artists get out there, it's great. That's what I love about it.
That's gonna be my next question to you. With us being a professional internet streaming radio station, and the Artist Spotlight Show is 6 years in running, and a majority of that really in the beginning was with Blue Shamrock record label and Stephen Brady. So,
Yeah.
what do you think about internet radio compared to Testorio radio? So you got Testorio radio, you got all these layouts right now. You've got iHeartRadio, Sirius XM. A lot of the big boys now are laying off heavily, and then you've got internet radio, and you got streaming radio, you got the Artist Spotlight Show. So, from an artist perspective, what are your thoughts about that?
Well, look, it's fantastic that you can. It's so many platforms and different ways that you can get your music out now, and that's what I learned. Like the old days, it was pretty tough. You had one bloke managing you, and it was tough. These days, there's so many options you've got to get your music out there for people to be heard, and I love that because it's just it's a lot these days. I think. I mean. Yeah, and I've just gone blank. so,
It's okay.
uh, so just jog my memory again. What was it? Part of that question again?
What do you think about internet radio and streaming radio?
Well, internet radio and streaming is fantastic. When COVID hit really heavy, I said to my wife, I said, look, we've people were locked up homes and whatnot, and I said, look, we've got to do something for to bring music to people. And we did that. We streamed because I was done Elton John for 30 plus years and done shows. And I thought, right, let's just stream. Let's just put it out there, see what comes. And we streamed, and Kira's friends, a few friends in different countries and whatnot. And the first night, while she's streaming me, we did about an hour show or 2 hour show, and it just banged. There's people from America, there's people from France, Germany, right? They're all come boom, boom, just jumping online and requesting, like, oh wow, do you guys? This is fantastic, you know, because no one could go out really. Mm-hmm. And we just brought music to your home. Just down here in Australia, let's just do something. We did it, and I was amazed how much things grew for me just by streaming. And then we started dressing up in character for Halloween and everything, and the house out with, you know, cobwebs and spiders and everything, and everything, just to bring some humor to it. And then we started taking requests, and people would look forward to logging in next week to have their requests sung and things like that. So I think it's, you know, streaming and all that, you know, and the internet, it's just fantastic. It is great. It's a good way to get your music out.
Yeah, appreciate your feedback. And I'd like to ask that question because, you know, I mean, music industry is changing so much right now, and internet radio, it's here whether you like it or not. It's already here, and it's already taking over the airwaves. So, I mean, you know, I think some of the advantages we have is that you mentioned earlier in the interview, you know, you're halfway across the world, right? We're in the United States and you're in Australia. I mean, you're like miles and miles away. But internet radio has the ability to reach out to you to make this interview happen. And it's off of internet radio. So that's some of the advantages. I mean, even with advertising, I think the advertisers too are not really up to date with the internet radio. And what I mean by that, you know, when you try to reach out to advertisers, they really don't get the concept of the difference between terrestrial stations and internet stations. The difference is terrestrial stations only can cover a certain area.
That's right.
Internet radio covers it worldwide. So if you're a major corporation, you have stores all over the world. I mean, where do you think you're going to go? I mean, if that's me, I'm going to internet radio because I have a station that can reach all my markets where the terrestrial station can maybe cover a few, but not all.
Yeah.
What do you think?
Look, that's so true. I mean, people have said to me, Steve, how are you getting out all over the place like this? You know, overseas in different countries and what? Internet radio. That's what you do. You know, get on the phone, do some of the groundwork yourself, put your stuff out there, talk to people, agents and managers that are in the same mindset, and put it out there. And if your stuff isn't great for radio, then let them talk to you and fix it up and get out there. But like for me at this age, internet radio, I'm just blown away. You know, like it's just so good. And being able to talk, when I got the message yesterday, I said to Kira, I'll be talking to America tomorrow. You know, like how else could you do that? You know, without having internet radio? It's just fantastic. It's fantastic.
Couldn't agree with you more. And what is one interesting thing about you that you like to share with our audience?
God, interesting thing. Interesting thing. Look, I don't know. For me, I think the music. I think that's and what I write. I mean, there had been people say, you know, too much love, you know, songs, don't want to know about it. But that's who I am. I love people. I love helping people. And I think, you know, if you can bring that out inside of you, from inside of you, that's I think that's the most interesting thing. And I do keep a lot of things close to my heart. So people sort of look and they want to get to know me more because I don't really talk too much. I've talked to you more than what I would say to anyone other than through my music. But people say that when they do meet me for the first time, they're like, "So what is it with you? What, you know, who are you?" Well, really, I'm just Zither Jackson. That's all. Just an average that just loves music and would just wants to get the message out to the world. One of the songs that I wrote was because as I changed my feels a lot in songs. One song called "Forever in My Heart," and that with being on internet with internet radio and that, lots of people are the pain and suffering from. Lots of people have lost so many family members and friends and whatnot. I myself have lost, and my wife have lost so many family friends over the last 6 years. So I wrote a song, Forever in My Heart, just to let people know that, yes, your loved ones may have passed away, but if you keep them alive in your memory, they've never gone. They're still with you. And
Amen.
That's the song that went to #1 on the country traditional charts, Forever in My Heart, because it, and a mate of mine who was a radio announcer, Peter Diskin, he passed away sadly last year. And I sang that song at his funeral, but it just opens people up. So people do say, like, there's so many different colors to Zetha. You'll do rock, and then you'll do a love, but then you can also do a song about how other people feel. How do you know that? But I think being a counselor for drug mental health, I think that gives insight to people and their feelings and whatnot, and how to, I think that's about it, I think, on that.
Is there anything you'd like to share with our audience this evening?
I am just so thankful and happy that everyone out there that's played the songs and listens to the songs and gives me feedback. It makes me feel I'm making an impression on the world in a good way. Other people as well. And that, yes, I do like to, it makes me feel fantastic. But just to know that there's there that when we get all the time emails and whatnot saying, like, wow, your songs are great, we love them, that really touched a chord in my heart. You know, if I can make a difference to people, then my time on this planet, well, it's being served.
Awesome. As we wind down our interview this evening, thank you so much. It was such a pleasure to meet you, and wow, what a great story you are. And I'm so excited you're back, in the music scene. And you're a great example. It doesn't matter how old or how young you are. Age is
No,
just a number. And
that's
if you
right.
have the love and passion to do it, make it happen. And you're a great example of that, where you took some time off, and here you are, making some noise in the music industry. So kudos to you, and thank you for all that you do, and thank you for making music great. And it's been an absolute pleasure to have you on my show.
Russell, thank you too, man. I'm just blown away to meet you, and who knows, in the not distant future we'll get over there and have a beer or two together, and that. I got to
You
thank
let's
Blue
do
Chef.
it. Yeah. If you're ever in
Yeah.
Myrtle Beach, we're live at our Myrtle Beach studios this evening. So if you're in
Wow.
Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, come on up and check us out. And we'd love to have you in. Bring you in the studio here, and we have some fun.
Yes,
But
man.
before
No
we
worries.
leave you this evening,
Yep.
Stephen Brady. How
Yes.
did you meet up with Stephen Brady?
Again, just I was was going through on the internet looking for people to promote songs, and his name came up. Rung Steve, spoke with him, and said, "Look, this is who I am." And he said, "Send me through some stuff." I didn't expect it to happen, and I find Steve. I've only spoke to him a few times on the phone. I find him a lovely man to work with, easy to talk to, and he's a good bloke. He's got the name that's my non-stage name, Steve, as well. So he's a good bloke. So I spoke with him yesterday, man, and there'll be more songs coming through him as well. He's I couldn't be any more happier than I meant him 100%. We're going to go up that way soon to see Troy Casadale, and we're going to be going that way. So I've got to let Steve know that we'll call in, because we've got to go right past where he is. So we'll call in and say g'day and meet the man in person.
Awesome. One final question for you, my friend.
Yes.
We have a lot of artists that watch now that we'll be watching later.
Yes.
What bit of advice can you share with them who are trying to get to where you are right now?
Okay. Someone asked me that question a few weeks ago. I think the thing is, believe in yourself. If you believe in yourself, you're halfway there. Find people that believe in you as well, and and if you have a story to tell, don't rush your writing. Sit down, think about it, and see what it means to you. If you tear up while you're writing it, it's going to be a pretty good song. and then you'll know then that it'll help the hearts of other people. And don't rush it. That's about it. That's about the best I can say for people.
How can our audience is watching now, we'll be watching later. How can they get in contact with you to download your amazing music?
God, I knew you were going to ask that question. We're on. We're on Spotify, YouTube, and things like that. So if they type in Zither, Zither, Jackson, Jackson, even Google it, Zither Jackson, and that'll bring up the tracks that I'm doing. And through Blue Shampoo, the tracks can be purchased. So that's the way to do it.
Awesome. My friend, thank you so much. And, stay warm up in that winter weather up there.
I will do. No, and thank you too much. Thanks, Russell. It's lovely to speak with you.
Not a problem. I mean, it's a pleasure to have you. Zither Jackson in the house. What a great interview we just had. An amazing artist. And during our interview, you heard him say he took time off of the music industry. He came back and he's making some noise. He talked about his singles. He talked about his journey, and he talked about the support he's getting from his wife. I mean, unbelievable. That's amazing. And so if you're an upcoming aspiring artist, you want to get in an invite on the Art Spotlight Show, you can either reach out to Stephen Brady and Blue Shamrock Music or send us a request, info.musicdreamsusa@gmail.com. It's your friend Russell K with another edition of the Artist Spotlight Show. And man, our calendar is getting booked quickly. So make sure you check us out on LinkedIn, also Facebook, and our YouTube channel, Music Dreams USA Radio. If you go to our YouTube channel and if you listen, if you watch the videos, please like and subscribe to our channel. That would be greatly appreciated. If you have any requests or anything the case may be, info.musicdreamsusa@gmail.com. Till the next time, it is your friend Russell K. Wishing you and yours a very pleasant good evening. Again, our show is being brought to you by Music Dreams USA Radio, Table and Mike Productions, and Biker Bay Barber and Company. Good night, everyone. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you soon on Music Dreams USA Radio and the Artist Spotlight Show.
Goodbye, everyone.
Good job, man.
Oh, that was
That
great.
was awesome.
Oh,
Did
look,
you like
it's
it?
so fun. I love it, mate. I love it. Like it's just living this dream. It's just beautiful. And to talk with you guys, it's just wow. I mean, I can't thank you guys and Steve Brady that much. It's just amazing. And yeah. And I look, I said to Kirley too. I said, look, we're going to have to get over to USA and catch up with people that we know over there. Kier's got a few friends over there, so we're going to as soon as it'll probably sometime next year, but we're going to have to do it. I want to come to Nashville. Yeah, we will, man. It'll be great. We'll keep in touch, and thank you so much. It's been a pleasure.
Yeah, and also to let you know, a lot of people that we interview, a lot of those people work for our radio station, by the way. And so if there's something you feel like you want to do for the station, whether it be a show, whatever the case may be, reach out to me, let me know, and then we can find a spot for you. And, because I mean, a lot of people do that. So we have a lot of people to watch us.
Yep. No, look, I definitely will do. And because we say like with streaming and things like that, you can do that or live streams.
Yep.
Cool.
Just like the show was live streamed tonight. Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. No, we're thinking about doing the same thing. Is again with some streams and that. But if we can, I love to help. And it's hard to find people that love to help me. So I mean, it's with you guys and Steve and all that. Like whatever we can do. Both and Kiri's my good PR. She's lovely. She does everything as well. So if we can help other too that are looking at getting into the music industry. And if people can get, interview with you guys and talk about their journeys as well, maybe we could do a forum thing where we sit and have a chat, with everybody that's starting to come in and want to ask questions about it.
Absolutely.
It'd be a good way to do it because we've got to keep this thing happening with music. It's
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, the Artist Spotlight Show is grown tremendously this year. Um,
yeah,
yeah, we're growing because it's a show that's really needed right now.
yeah,
Because there's a lot of talent out there. A lot of
there
artists
is.
are lost. They don't know where to go.
Yeah,
And so this show helps them to get exposure, get their name out
mm,
there, let people know who they are and what they do.
yeah,
And I'm so proud of this show and just where it's at right now and where it's going,
mm,
and the fact that pretty soon we're gonna be a live podcast. We're gonna take the
mm,
show on the road, and we're
yep,
once we get a sponsorship, and once we
mm,
get a sponsor to pay for that, we're gonna take our show on the road, and we're gonna go to places that people would never want to go to, but we're gonna go there. We're gonna find those
yeah.
people.
Well, that's right. I mean, there is, as you say, there's a lot of great talent out there that just doesn't know how to get the foot going. So
Mhm.
with these links, we can pass them through. I mean, there's if someone get on with Steve and send the stuff through, I mean, to him as well, and if it's what they want, I mean, yeah, that's the way. There's a lot of great talent there that just blows you away, and they're not getting exposure. And through what you guys do and internet radio, it's the way to go. Get it
Yeah,
out there so they can progress. Yeah.
I couldn't agree with you more, my friend. Yeah, good talking to
That's
you, my buddy. Keep in
this,
contact, okay? Is that
this
your
my
wife?
back. That's it. That's
Hi, nice to meet
Hi.
you. So you're his boss, huh? You're
Oh, pretty much. Get it wrong. Sometimes he's boss, sometimes I'm boss.
when you tell him to run, I bet he says how fast.
no, she's Shirley is amazing. She's yeah. If it wasn't for her, God, she's got me on. She says to me like, "You've got to go. We've got to see Troy Casadale. We've seen him a few times." Kira went to breakfast with him one time. So first she does is gives him my CD, talks to his manager, and then, my husband would love to open up for Troy. And I'm like, Carol, you don't say those things.
Did it happen?
No, not yet, but it's things are looking impossible. We don't know yet. I mean,
That's
it's
good.
anything. It is good, but she's like, I'm like, but don't do that. You don't go asking big name people like that. She goes, well, if you don't ask, you don't know, you don't find out. And where she's more straightforward, straight to the point, I get a little bit. I just sort of sit back a little bit.
They can only say no.
That's right.
Yeah.
Who's was they to say no?
Yeah.
but no, I love her. She's it's the most. She's very supportive, and that's what I love. If it wasn't for her,
That's awesome.
if I want to play guitar, she doesn't say no. She just like, oh yeah, okay. Well, if that's what we need, we'll write it off on tax. Well, that's what I need. So, and I'm setting my own studio up here, and that's to go back to teaching again. And she's like, I said, well, she just will do it. Whereas others are like, nah. So she gives me a lot of freedom to a degree. The leash is one of those attractable ones. It only goes so far. I haven't got that.
I love it. I love it. That's amazing, man. That's so cool.
Great.
That sounded good. I was listening in on the live stream, so yeah.
I know. Here we are, live streaming in the United States. You are in contact with the United States.
I got to pinch myself to make sure they go, yeah, we are here. But,
It's a great spot. My favourite over there was the little town called Arizona. Oh no!
I love Arizona. What part? Phoenix?
Sedona. Sedona. We went to a little
Sedona,
place
Arizona.
called Sedona Hills. Yeah, and yeah,
I love Arizona. I went to the Grand Canyon.
Oh wow! Yeah, we went there.
Yeah, I always wanted to see the Grand Canyon, and I was in Vegas at the time. And I'll never forget this. I ran out of convertible, and I took a convertible from Vegas all the way up to the Grand Canyon, not knowing that the Grand Canyon's weather is different than Arizona. So I get up there. I have a short sleeve shirt on. These people have like winter jackets on, winter hats. I just have a short sleeve shirt. I get on my convertible. People are looking at me like, "Aren't you cold?" I'm like, "No, this is springtime for me." They're looking at me like I'm crazy, right? I will
That's
never
like
forget that. Yeah.
I leave my kids and that everyone's there saying, "Wow, look at the Grand Canyon," and we're going, "Oh wow!" We'd never seen squirrels, so that was just as exciting as the Grand Canyon.
There you go. There you go.
Yeah.
There you go. You got
I've
your
got
new song now. You wrote a song about squirrels.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, Zither, you wrote a song about squirrels. That'd be cool.
We even saw a squirrel at Disneyland.
Yeah, I haven't been there. I haven't been outside of New South of Australia, so it'll be good. But I've always had a connection with America for some reason, whether it's spiritual or whatever. It's just a connection in my dreams and things or whatnot. I've seen places in America that I don't know. I probably will bump into them, but it's always, I was told by a clairvoyant, you're going to have major connections with America. So that was said years ago. So maybe that's all going to happen. So I'll probably will get to see the Grand Canyon and a lot of other places. You may remember the movie American Graffiti.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
I love that. How that is that how they used to do it in America? Like drive around in the hot rods and all the rest over there and down the boulevards and that. I love that scene.
Just
You
come
guys
down
have-
to Myrtle Beach, you'll see that.
Yeah. I love the way you can build cars there and they can have the biggest rubber on the back of them and there's no hassle. But in Australia, it's like, no, you can't have it. It's like, wait to America and just see all these fast cars and the girls on the skates and down by the rivers and the beaches on the skates. And
Muscle Beach.
Muscle Beach.
That's a good spot.
Oh, there you go.
So it'll be fun. It'll be fun. We've got to do it. I can't wait.
That's so cool. That is so cool. It's so nice to meet you folks. You guys are amazing. We're gonna bring you back for part 2, by the way.
Oh, okay.
I want Zither back, man. He's a cool dude.
I'd love to be back on your station again. It'll be fantastic. And and see where we've got to for the next point, which would be great. And may have some amazing things to tell. It's a journey. Wow, what a journey this life has been. I mean, and my life has never been boring, really, to a degree. I mean, whatever I put my mind to, and that, I mean, like I've lived a life. I've had the fast cars. I still got the fast. I had the Harleys. I had, everything that goes with it, and music and making people happy brought all that to me, which is great. So, they, up to where I wanted to be, and I gave back to the crowds, and it's just if I don't know if I get to the pearly gates, they say, "Do you want to go back and do it all again?" I don't know whether I say yes or no. I think I've had enough.
I'm right behind you, man. When I get to that pearly gate, I'm like, "You want to go back?" I'm like, I would say the HELL word, but I'm gonna say no because I don't want to go there. Right? I'm like, no, let's go.
I watched.
Fast forward.
We watched this movie the other night, and it was called "The 5 People You Meet When You Go to Heaven." Great movie, and
oh yeah,
when this guy died, he helped people so much all through his life, and then these 5 people he met were people that he'd helped and saved, or he didn't save them; they passed with as well. It was amazing, but you look at the Garden of Eden, how it looked in the picture. It was like, wow, if that's what it's like, why would I want to come back? I'll roam those hills and mountains and the big streams and the waterfalls. I'll stay there, thanks. Do some music up there.
I bet there's music playing right now. I hear you.
It's crazy, man. All right, we better make some tracks. Q's got to go to work.
Yeah.
I've got to get back into my guitars and get things happening and that. And if I keep talking, I'll keep tearing up.
I know. Oh. Wow, it's so great to meet you, my friend. Keep in contact, okay?
We will. And
definitely. Yeah, if you need anything, you call me, all right? I got you.
I will. Got it. Cool.
Hi, my friend.
Say hello to your family.
Take care of yourself. Nice to meet you,
too.
man. Take care.
You too.
Bye.
Bye.
All right.